Hi, my name is Ray. I'm the welding instructor here at Hardy & Fuller, and we're going to go over a review of our tungsten sharpener by YESWELDER. When we open up our package here, this is going to be the tool itself. We purchased this with our own money. This is not sponsored in any way. This is just a review so you all know how we like it. So yeah, this is the product itself. It comes with a few different things in here. So one is a hex key for tightening everything up. The second thing is a little shield that goes on top of our tungsten sharpener to kind of keep the spray off or just any tungsten grinds kind of in there contained. And then these are just some extra parts that came with the product. So to use this, you just plug it into a standard outlet, which I love because it's really portable and just easy to use. Our on and off button is going to be down here. So on, off, and then this is also variable speed. So it goes from speed 1 to speed 6, which again just controls how fast that disc is actually moving inside. There is a disc that sharpens your tungsten in this housing right here. Other fun features about this, so the angle that you can sharpen your tungsten ranges from 15 to 30 degrees, which is kind of nice because it gives you a sharper angle for when you need it, or a more shallow angle if that's what you like using. This also fits tungsten sized in 1/8, 3/32, 1/16, and 0.01. So 4 different tungsten sizes that this can accommodate. Compared to like some of the bigger machines, the Piranhas of the world that cost hundreds of dollars, this works just as well. Yes, there's some angle kind of capacity here that some of those bigger machines don't have. You can get a 45-degree angle, a 55-degree angle out of those bigger machines. This one, our sharpest, is 30. So that's different just if you work in a actual fab shop versus if you're a hobbyist. This might not work for you just based on angle. But for most hobbyists, this is a really, really, really great and affordable machine. So to use this, we need pieces of tungsten. So I have a nice clean piece to show you all how we do that, and then a little piece that's dirty so I can show you the rest of the functions on this thing. So for our clean piece, this is the easiest to use. So I'm going to sharpen at a 30-degree angle here. This is 3/32 tungsten, so we're going to go ahead and put it into this hole right there that's labeled for 3/32 on the 30-degree angle. The last thing is, so it's important, you can kind of think about this as like a really fancy electric pencil sharpener. So you want your tungsten to have a tip just like a pencil. You don't want it to be flat on any of the sides. You want it to be nice and even all the way around because that's going to make a good arc for your TIG welds. So how we achieve that is we're constantly rotating this tungsten in the machine. So you'll see my fingers, I'm holding it at the end there, constantly rotating it so that there's not one side that's ever sitting there on the disc creating a flat. So let me show you kind of how that goes. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my machine. Important for this to have on safety glasses. A respirator is optional. Pay attention to the tungsten that you're using. We're using lanthanated tungsten today. Thoriated tungsten specifically has thorium in it, which is radioactive. For that, you definitely want a mask or some sort of breathing protection so you're not breathing that in. For us today, we don't have to worry about that. But again, choose your PPE as you need it, depending on the ventilation of the space, and more specifically, what type of tungsten you are using. Do your research on that. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this on. I'm gonna go over to my 30 degrees, put my tungsten in, and we're gonna start rotating it. Then we're gonna pull it out, we're gonna check it. This works pretty fast, so this is pretty good. That's gonna be our pointy edge on our tungsten there. And that's good. That tungsten looks great. There's no flat sides, no nothing. This in comparison is gonna be a nice dirty piece that we're about to fix up. So just so you can see how different it looks. So a few things. So this tungsten sharpener has a few different options for you, which I love. Number one, if you try to fit, this is also 3/32, just for the record. If you try to fit it through that hole and it's not going in, that usually means that there was some contamination or something happened to it, that the edge of it is a little bit bigger than 3/32. So there's a few options on this machine. The one that I like the best is you can use this little area on the side here to kind of keep rotating it around, and it'll actually make that tungsten thin enough that it can go into the hole that it needs to go into. Without this, I was using a belt sander to do that, and I was using a separate tungsten sharpener to actually sharpen it. So this is like 2 tools in one in that way, and you don't have to go to a belt sander or even have one. So to kind of clean it up, I'll show you what that looks like. So we're gonna stick it in the side, keep rotating, and then you're gonna go ahead and check if it fits. Still not, so we're gonna pull it out, do it again. Gonna check it again, and now it goes in just fine. So now we're gonna sharpen it up just like normal, continue to rotate. And so that really dirty piece of tungsten cleaned up to something that looks like that. So yeah, that's a little bit about this tungsten sharpener. I would say before using this, I was using a Dremel that had an attachment on the top. That was capped, I believe, at like 20 degrees. So this sharpener is a lot better because you can get to 30 degrees. Additionally, it's pretty lightweight. It's well constructed. These holes on the top are for blunting your tungsten, so if it was a point and you wanted to make it not a point, you could put them in on top here, and it would just put them back down to that flat 90 degree surface. So yeah, that's a little bit about this machine. Works great. I love it. Would definitely recommend purchasing. As far as price on this guy, so we got it for around $85. I believe it retails for about $90. We'll drop the affiliate link in the bio. So yeah, really affordable machine. And then you can also purchase some replacement discs off Amazon as well. Relatively affordable, again, versus like a $400+ machine. This does everything you need it to do, especially for a hobbyist, for really just a fraction of that cost. So would definitely recommend it. Check out that affiliate link in the bio for those details.